in 100 years, if they're looking back in the history books and see like there was a fucking UFC fight at the White House, like what? My gut feeling is they're gonna try to do Connor versus Michael Chandler as the main event. If for some reason Connor is unavailable or unreliable or whatever, I could see a scenario where they pick up the phone and call John Jones. I would not advise, if Connor's on the card, putting Islam or his team anywhere around that event.
Another thing that's a really hot topic right now, how is the media looking at the White House card? Do they think it's gimmicky? Do they like the idea? Give me some feedback on this. And who do they think? Who do you think? Who do you think should be the main event? I mean, where we're at right now, where do you guys looking for main event and co-main event? Give me those two.
Yeah. So it's interesting, just like as a whole, as a Canadian, right, living in Toronto, like it's interesting to me kind of look at this from the, I completely understand like the significance of it. I mean, I don't care where your politics lie, wherever, but like in 100 years, if they're looking back in the history books and see like there was a fucking UFC fight at the White House, like what? That's gonna be like crazy stuff. So you want to be part of that to a degree. So that's what like you find cool. But I mean, it's got to be. It seems like Conor McGregor is the one they want. That things are trending towards. You know, he's saying that he's being healed by Jesus in Mexico or whatever. So maybe he's on the comeback trail. Yeah, right.
Is that what we're calling psychedelics these days? Jesus? Is that what we're?
Yeah, I don't know. So that was an interesting post. Like it seems like from what I hear, like he did take a valid social media break. He is in the gym training. That's great for a week or a month. Can you sustain it over 6 months, 8 months, get through a training camp, get through temptations that may pop up in your life, all that stuff. That's what we're looking towards. But my gut feeling is they're going to try to do Connor versus Michael Chandler as the main event. If for some reason Connor is unavailable or unreliable or whatever, I could see a scenario where they pick up the phone and call John Jones and say, hey buddy, come through. But the one thing I did hear, not reporting it as fact or anything, I heard there might only be 6 fights on this White House card. So if that's the case, then there's certainly going to be, a very limited level of entry there. But yeah, I could see them doing Connor and maybe like a Kayla Harrison title fight or something like that. I don't think it's going to be Connor, John Jones, Ilya versus Islam, Kayla Harrison, like 4 title fights, all this stuff. I think if you can get Connor there in the cage versus Chandler, a few other high profile fights, I think you say we've done our job here.
Yep. No, I said what it is. It's going to be ROI. What's my return on investment? Connor's going to sell all the same seats and tickets that John Jones would sell or anybody else. Yeah. I also think that you have to have Kayla Harrison on this card. My personal, like she's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She's, won a world title in the PFL, won a world title in the UFC. She's been very dominant. Her and Amanda Nunes, to me, is you have to have them on the card at some place, somewhere. She represents the U.S.
Yeah, something there. I feel like they're going to do that fight earlier. That might be in January or February. But then you do the rematch on that card. Yeah, either way, Kayla loses, you get her back. Amanda loses. Oh, I was off for 3 years. It wasn't my best performance. I deserve a rematch. I'm the GOAT.
Yeah, I could see that as well. And there's other fights that could actually all come to fruition. I liked what Dana said, though, when he said, this is not just the U.S. versus the world card. So there is some open opportunities for Ilya and Islam. And Islam has told me multiple times, like, absolutely, I want to be on that card. Mm-hmm. And if you can't get Connor there, then, I think for me, honestly, the biggest fight you could possibly make right now would be Islam and Ilya Topuria. Am I wrong?
That's what I would go to. No, I agree. I think if John and Connor are available, do that easy. I would not advise, if Connor's on the card, putting Islam or his team anywhere around that event.
But why?
What you want, some Connor Habib drama in the middle of your White House thing? Like I feel like they want to keep it probably as professional as possible. Like the last thing they want is a brawl happening, backstage.
You don't bring Dylan Dennis, I think you'll be okay.
That's fair too. That's fair too.
Oh man, this guy, he's wild, dude. This guy is just out of control. I don't understand.
I was right there when all that happened, though. Like main video that's going around. I think I was the closest person to that whole brawl. Like Dylan was getting cuffed 1 foot in front of me, so that was chaos.
Your camera out? You got it all on video?
Yeah. I filmed all that stuff. The one thing I missed, which thank God, I can't remember who it was who picked up the chair above their head and was like ready to throw it. Thank God that got snatched out of his hands, because that would have been, I think, made that situation a lot much more criminal and all that stuff.
No, absolutely. The security was definitely on point. They let them do their business with some punching and some strikes, but like there was no chairs being thrown, and they did their job the best they could given the circumstances. Think about this. If you're a security guard working in the UFC, you're like, dude, if something pops off, I literally got to be very careful, like who I grab and who I push and pull away, because I may get hit by somebody else, or that guy might hit me. So there's a lot at stake there. So are you thinking that we're going to see the Conor McGregor return on the White House card? Is that what you're thinking? Say, give me a percentage. 80% he returns, or are we below 50%?
I'll be optimistic and say like 70%. I mean, again, I think they want him there. I think President Trump wants him there. I think he wants to be there. I think Chandler is ready to take the fight at the second they send it to him for whatever amount of money they offer him. Yeah. And that'll be it. It's just, can Conor McGregor keep his life together through a training camp for 7 more months like that? And that literally no one can pretend to know.
Do you have him above any other title fight you could possibly have? It's very rare that you put a non-title fight as the main event, but this is also a very rare situation where we go to the White House. And I said this from the beginning, you shouldn't have any more than 5 or 6 fights. It just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have all the fighters there. Do a 6-fight card. You're on CBS. CBS is only going to run 33 hours at the max probably. And that's it. They're going to run commercials in there. Probably, I'd say they might get 3.5 hours out of it, but that's it. They're going to be done. I've worked with CBS before. Their mindset is like, look, this is not good. If it goes longer than 3-4 hours, it's like it starts kind of digging into their, people start turning it off. Yeah. So I think in this situation, do you run Conor as the main event, even over a title fight?
Yes, as long as it's not John Jones or Islam or Ilya. But if it's a women's title fight, if it's, BMF, if they put Max Holloway on there, like, sure. I think that's fine in this situation.